My title here at the Drum Theatre is Technical Operations Coordinator, so I'm responsible for all of the technical side of things, including writing procedures for the technicians and how they work within the building and making sure that they have a safe working environment.
I'm the elected health and safety coordinator for the site, so my role is to coordinate the safety reps. I work with the management safety team.
The early days certainly was, there was no OH&S and the unions weren't quite as strong as they are now. It was like your backyard sort of style of workplace, and we just did anything and climbed ladders at stupid heights and everything until we realised, and the unions came in and started improving OH&S within the venues.
There are hundreds of OH&S issues that can affect nurses, whether it's needle stick injuries, it's lifting, back problems, knee problems, and that's something that the OH&S reps in ANMF do an excellent job of protecting us.
I've seen a few near misses, and when I talk about a near miss, it's as in if the accident did happen, it would be death or maiming.
I guess in a non-union workplace, there might have been policies or whatever that were there to protect you, but there was no one to enforce them. Speaking up could mean losing your job, I guess, in those sort of workplaces.
Nursing has had a bit of an unfortunate history with bullying. The ANMF do a lot of training and are excellent in dealing with any bullying cases that come up. And so that's something that's really helpful, especially to young nurses that might be coming into the workforce.
The hard work played by union officials, day in, day out, by specialist staff employed by unions, by our reps on the job, occupational health and safety reps and other union delegates. They all play a fantastic role and they make a difference.
We've got safety reps on every shift. Majority of shifts have got deputy safety reps, and that's our right to have that. And the guys are trained well through the AW. They sent me to university. I never ever thought I'd do that, and got my degrees in health and safety, and that's through the support of the union.
Sometimes when the guys are under pressure, and that's one thing with us, with the union, we make sure that things are done in an orderly fashion, and that the pressure that is put on employees isn't intense enough for them to sort of lose their way and have an accident, because that's when it usually happens. When the pressure's on, or there's a timeline and there's a big push, and as I said, once we do JSAs and swims, we make sure whatever activity is done at hand, it's done according to the procedures that's been negotiated between the union and the employer, so that there is no risk to health and safety.
Safety's always been union business.
I think that the real change now is at least a company with some nous about them will listen to the blokes on the floor when it comes to health and safety.
But I think the unions have to keep pushing that and pushing that whole work-safe environment. Otherwise, we will go backwards, and we will go to a point where we'll be back where we're in the 60s, where it didn't matter.
A lot, I think, injuries you see, talk about people taking shortcuts. Well, they don't bloody have a safe system of work. The guys innate thing to try and get the production done. And if you don't have a safe system of work, that's when someone's going to get hurt. Give us a safer environment.
As a woman who's lost her husband and my children who have lost their father, if any employer is thinking about cutting corners, it's just not worth it. It's somebody's life. If it wasn't for the trade union movement, there'd be more deaths. I don't want anyone else to go through this.
A 22-year-old male employee was electrocuted whilst tree lopping near overhead power lines.
A male contractor struck on the head by a drilling rig and sustained life-threatening injuries. He died from the injuries after 10 months.
Solidarity forever.